And the solar plexus is all about your willpower, your identity, and your strength to move into life, into your own, following your own path. So while we twist in yoga, we're activating our inner fire. Right now in this first posture, try to identify where you're feeling some tightness and see if you can mentally really drop the body down. And feel how with every exhale you're able to drop the body even more down. The exhale helps us to relax. The inhale helps us to bring new energy into our body. During our practice, we'll be breathing in through the nose. Tongue is on the roof of the mouth. Drop your body down towards the floor on every exhale. And every inhale, try to lengthen a little bit out the hands in front of you. So you feel a slight pull into the armpits. Probeer je armen te verlengen. Voel het in je oksels. Bij elke inademing, elke uitademing, grond je door je heupen richting je hielen te brengen. Connecting to the breath. Connecting to the body. Deep breathing already. But just being very lightful and very gently connecting to the body in the morning. How does it feel? How do you feel? Very mindfully, very gentle. Take one last breath here. Now on your next inhale, you just ground the hands into the floor and lift up your head and look at your fingertips. Maybe come onto your fingertips. Just walk your fingertips over to the left. So you reach them over to the left, loop je vingers naar links. And then again, sink the body down. Let the right hip sink a little bit deeper towards the heel. Feel the stretch in the right side of the rib cage. Voel het in je rechter ribbenkast. Keep your neck relaxed. Hou je nek ontspannen. Last breath here. Then on your next inhale, lift up the head slightly to see the fingertips and walk over to the other side. So loop je handen nu naar rechts. And then again, sink the head down. Maybe keep the head in line with the upper arms. Feel the stretch in the left rib cage. Keep the left sitting bone rooting down. Breathe into your left ribs now. Adem in je linker ribbenkast. Voel de ruimte tussen je ribben. Voel de spieren die zich openen. And also observe the difference between left and right. On your next inhale, lift up the gaze towards the fingertips. Walk your fingertips to the middle. Place the hands onto the floor. And then coming into our active cat and cow. So on your inhale, you're going to lift up around the spine. Exhale, you're going to drop the hips, open the feet. Inhale again, you're going to lift the heart and look up. Exhale, bring the body back to child's pose. And just follow your breath. So inhale, round. Exhale, drop. Inhale again, lift. And start to feel how the body responds to this movement, using the breath as the guideline to keep like this flowing movement happening into the body. Very beautiful. Connect with your own breath. Do it on your own time. Feel the palms of the hands. Feel the tops of your feet. Do it one more time, full round. And then arrive into all fours. Just push your body up to all fours. Place maybe, reset your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and just sway your hips, maybe make circles. Connect to what your body needs, maybe circle the head, maybe circle the hips. Now being on hands and knees, make sure that your knees are hip width apart. So if you look behind you, you don't see your feet. Ground through your hands. I'm going to start by opening up our hips. I want you to lift the right hip and make circles. So, sorry, the right knee. So you lift the right knee and then you make circles with the knee in the air. And try to locate the hip. Maybe it's cracking, maybe you feel any stiffness in that area. Flex the right toes. Hou je tenen geflext en maak cirkeltjes met je knie. Let's go the other way now. Really good. Try not to dump all the weight into the wrists. Keep pressing the fingertips actively in the floor. Now on your next inhale, keep the right leg lifted. Keep the right leg, knee lifted. Really good. Feel a little bit of a burn. Now extend the right leg. Okay, and now place the right foot onto the floor, the right foot in line with the left knee, and walk yourself up so you come standing. Maybe roll the shoulders, open the heart a little bit, ground through the right foot, ground through the back foot as well. Inhale, open the arms wide. Now you can use a block if you want as support to land your left hand onto it, but if you don't need, you can place it aside. Open the heart, inhale, exhale, place the left hand down onto the floor. Right hand travels up and over the right ear. Drop the right shoulder, press the hips forward. Duw je heup een klein beetje naar voren, open je hele zijkant, je hele rechterzijkant. Beautiful. On your next inhale, raise up. Lift your body up, go the other way. Now left hand goes up, right hand on the outside of the right knee. Feel the stretch, the whole left side of the body. Breathe. And on your next inhale, come back to the center, place your hands onto the floor. Take the right knee in again and give yourself a little wiggle. Shake it out. Already feel the difference between the left and the right hip. Maybe place the block on the other side if you want to use the block. Now ground through the fingertips and lift up the left knee. Keep using both of hands of your support and then just roll that left knee. Bring it in and out. So really make circles with that knee. Really good, everyone. Feel the difference between the left and the right hip. Circle the other way, andere kant. Maybe you already feel a slight burn. That's good. Using those muscles. Last circle here. Now keep that left knee lifted. Keep the left knee lifted into the sky. And then just extend that left leg onto the floor. Make sure your left foot is in line with the right knee and you rise up. Okay, first establish your foundation, then open the arms, inhale, exhale, place the right hand over a block or not. Just see what you need. Push your hips forward, elongate the line, the left line from the left fingertips to the left toes. Voel de stretch in de hele linkerkant van je lichaam. Release your shoulder away from the ears. Don't pull it up towards your ears. On your next inhale, push yourself up, come. And exhale, go to the other side. Right hand outside the right ear. Feel the stretch on the right side of the body. Open, open, open. On your next inhale, rise up again. Exhale, place your hands down onto the floor. Take the left knee back to meet the right. Curl the toes under. And you're going to come into your first downward facing dog immediately. So your downward facing dog, push your hips up. Kom in je downward dog, loop je hond. Press your armpits towards the floor, the fingertips into the floor, and just sway your hips left and right. Really feel the opening in the hips happening as well, in the side waist. Breathe here, maybe exhale out through the mouth. Really arriving in your body. Then coming into stillness in your downward dog. Keep your hips up, pointing towards the ceiling, but bend the knees because our hamstrings aren't flexible yet. So bend your knees, but push those hip bones up, stretch out the spine. Feel the length in the spine. And breathe. Then on your next inhale, walk your hands towards your feet. Loop je handen naar je voeten. Fold over your feet. Bend your knees, hold on to opposite elbows. And maybe sway left and right. Pull in the navel, trek je navel naar binnen, voel de stretch in je onderrug. Bring your chin a little bit towards your chest so that you feel the length in the back of the neck. Crown is really the lowest point, aiming towards the floor. One breath here. Then on your next exhale, release your hands onto the floor and roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. And then your neck comes up, your neck and your shoulders and your head comes up last, and you'll be standing on the edge of your mat. Maybe shake the body a little bit out, maybe shake the legs out. Place your hands behind the neck. So your fingers are interlaced behind you, interlace your fingers behind the neck. Let's open up our spine more. We're going to inhale and we're going to bring the right leg up and twist with our left elbow towards the right and the other way around. So we're going to just shake and twist. On your exhale, you're kicking your leg up. Twist to the other side. So left goes right, right goes left. Sanne? Take it over like this. Twist it to the side. You're making a small twist with your spine, like you want to connect your elbows to the knee. Two more times. Really good. Now come to stillness. Grab a hold of opposite arms. Press into the trapezius muscle. So je kruist je armen en je houdt je spier vast van je schouders. Ground through the feet, and I want you to circle the neck, but I want you to move the legs. So move the legs forward and back. Activate the lower belly. Span je onderbuik aan. Tongue is on the roof of the mouth as you're circling the neck. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you come down with the nose. Let's circle the other way. Keep breathing deeply. Keep holding on to that muscles. Last circle here. Then release the hands. Place the hands into the waist. Feet are hip width apart, and I want you to circle your hips. And maybe, if you can place your fists on the back of the waistline. So maybe near your kidneys, and just push and circle. Elbows are back. Ground through the soles of the feet. Really push the big toe mount into the floor. Duw je voeten in de grond, vooral je grote teen. Let's go the other way. Your heart is open, so your shoulders are back. So your shoulders are down, the elbows are outside, so push them out. Open the heart. Really good. Last circle here. Then just swipe it down like this. And exhale out. Really good. Letting the energy flow. Last 2 times. Really good. Now, if you have a block, you can take your block and you can place the block between your legs. Okay, we're still just wakening up and warming up. Okay, if you don't have a block, that's no biggie, that's no problem, but just make sure that you're activating your inner thighs. Dus zorg dat je de binnenkant van je benen goed aanspant als je geen blok hebt of kussen. All right, now we're going to go to our side twists first, just small movements first. You're going to inhale, bring your arms both forward. Exhale, you're going to bring the right back and you're going to look over your right shoulder. Inhale, exhale the left. So you're just twisting, but you're activating your legs. So you're really, your lower part of your body is fully activating. Your feet are pressed into the floor as you're twisting. Exhale out when your hand goes back. Inhale when they're in the front. 2 more times on both sides. Use your breath. And then when you did your 2 times, just let your hands be heavy. Come down towards your hips. Release the block. Place the block in front of the mat or near the front of the mat. And we're going to start ascend salutations. Ground through the soles of the feet. Maybe close your eyes for a second. Connect to the breath. Create equal breaths. 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Try to really use the breath in your practice. Gebruik je ademhaling. Probeer 4 tellen in, 4 tellen uit. Standing on the soles of the feet. Press them down. Maybe the 4 corners. Try to balance them out. Knees are micro bent. Glutes are active. Upper thighs are active. Shoulders are rolled down the back. Open heart. Crown is facing towards the ceiling. Gently open the eyes. Let's start our practice. Inhale, we're going to raise our arms up, greet the sun. Exhale, we're going to fold forward towards the floor. Bend your knees if you have to. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, maybe slightly bend your knees and walk forward to downward facing dog pose. Really good. Coming into your downward dog, push the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Press your armpits towards the floor, lengthen yourself out. Then on your next inhale, lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Lift the left leg up, links omhoog, 3-legged dog. Exhale, place it between the hands, lower down the right knee onto the floor, and coming up into your Anjaneyasana. Really stretch out the right side of the front of your thigh. Breathe here, make sure your left knee is in line with your left ankle. Open the heart. Inhale here. Now exhale, place both hands down onto the floor, ground the right hand and make circles with the left arm. So inhale, rise. Exhale, follow your hand back. Sink into the groin, maybe have a block underneath the right hand for support. One more circle, and then stay with your left hand back. You can stay here, or you can lift the right leg and grab a hold of the right toes. Really good. Opening up the shoulders, opening up the front of the thighs, and then keep looking down towards the floor. Lengthen in the neck. Feeling the nice opening of the top of the right thigh. One breath here. Then gently on an exhale, release the foot. Place the left hand back onto the floor. Curl the back toes under and step into your downward dog. Kom in je downward dog weer. Heel goed. Let's go to the other side. Inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Step the right foot between the hands. Lower down the left knee. Rise into your Anjaneyasana. Feel it on the left side. Really beautiful. Press the front foot down. If the knee is hurting, maybe place the knee a little bit more back. Open, open, open. And breathe. On your next exhale, lower both hands down. Now ground the left hand into the floor and open up that right shoulder. Make big circles. Inhale to lift, exhale to come down. Try to follow your fingers into the air so like you're also using your focus to make the circles. Really beautiful, everyone. Last circle here. Now stay back with the hand. Lift the left foot. Grab a hold of the left foot. Lengthen in the neck. Blijf naar beneden kijken, zodat je nek lang is. Maar voel de stretch in de voorkant van je linkerbeen. Don't sink into the shoulders. Really activate the left fingertips into the floor. Breathe. Last breath here. Then on your next exhale, gently release the foot. Place the right hand back onto the floor. Curl the back toes under and step into your downward facing dog pose. Really good. On your next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin naar de vloer. Inhale, rise, slide forward to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Really good. One breath here. Let's continue. Let's lift our left leg up, three-legged dog. Inhale. Step it to the front of the mat. Exhale. Lower down the right knee, coming again into your Anjaneyasana. Open, open, open. Feel the difference already from one Anjaneyasana, what it does for you. Breathe here. Now exhale, place your hands in front of your heart center. Straighten your arms out and come into your Anjaneyasana twist. Hook the right elbow on the outside of the left knee and bring your hands towards heart center. Really good. Breathe here. Je knie mag op de grond, hè Anna? Is je knie op de grond? Je achterste knie? Oh ja, ik zie het. Sorry, ik zag het niet zo goed. Dankjewel. Goed zo. Roll the left shoulder behind you. So into your spine. One breath here. Then on your next inhale, rise to your Anjaneyasana again. Lengthen here. Then exhale, bring both hands down towards the floor. Come onto your fingertips. Inhale here for lengthen. Exhale, walk your fingertips back, open the hamstrings. Inhale, come to the front again. Exhale back. One more time, inhale. And exhale, walk to the back and really feel the back of the hamstrings, flex the toes. Try to keep length in the spine. You can use blocks. If you need blocks, you can keep the length in my whole back. It's not rounded. Try to keep the heart open. Breathe here. Last breath. And on your next inhale, come forward. Ground your hands, curl your toes, lift the knee, and step back to downward facing dog pose. Beautiful, everyone. Feel the openness between, the difference between left and right. Inhale now the right leg up, three-legged dog. Step it to the front of the mat, lower down the left knee, inhale and rise into your Anjaneyasana. Open, open, open. Now on your next exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart, stretch them out, move forward so that you can hook that right elbow outside of the right knee, and then just come into your Anjaneyasana twist, bring the right shoulder back, press the hands into one another, and press that elbow against that right leg and the right leg against the elbow. So there's this force. Breathe here. On your next inhale, lift yourself up back into your Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring your hands down towards the floor, come onto your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, move your hips back, flex the toes. So you're coming into your runner's lunge. Use your breath. Keep the heart lifted as much as possible. And then on your last breath, you're going to stay in this hamstring stretch. Pull the toes towards you. If you want to feel more, push into the heel, into the floor. Push it into the floor and see the difference. Exhale out through the mouth if it's quite intense. Last breath here. Then on your next inhale, come forward again. Place your hands onto the floor, curl the back toes under, and step into your downward facing dog pose. Beautiful, everyone. On your next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin towards the floor. Inhale, slide forward to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Breathe here. Walk your hands back towards your feet. So arrive again in the back of the yoga mat. Exhale here fully. Then inhale, rise up. Take your arms with you. Exhale, hands in Namaste Mudra. We're going to come now to our Sun Salutation B. Okay, so bring your feet together, ground through the feet. Lift your toes up first and spread them out wide. So that's actually the first pose, grounding first before we move and rise. Now on your next exhale, we're going to bend our knees and place our fingertips beside our feet, graze our sides of the feet. And inhale, you're going to lift in your Utkatasana. Utkatasana is where you are activating your lower belly. You pull in a little bit of your waist, your hips. So you're not arching the spine too much, pull it in. Lift up and press the knees together and make it burn. Make the thighs burn a little bit, that's okay. Breathe here. Then on your next exhale, you're gonna fold over your Utkatasana, touch the earth. Inhale, you're gonna lift, place your fingertips in line with your toes, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend your knees a little as you walk to your downward facing dog pose. From your downward facing dog pose, first ground here, bring the heels back, lift the tailbone. Then on your next inhale, you're gonna raise the right leg up, three-legged dog. Look to the front and step the right foot between the hands. Lower down the left knee, linker heel op de grond. Billen wijzen naar achter, buttocks point back. And you're gonna lift and inhale into your warrior one. Kom je omhoog in your warrior 1. Look at the front knee in line with the right ankle. Your hips are pointing forward. Je heupen zijn naar voren toe. Beide heupen, both hips pointing forward. Lift up your arms. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Now exhale, bring your hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders open and bring your fingertips grazing the back. Open, open, open here. Now on your next exhale, just fold forward. You want your right knee to graze the right shoulder and let the hands come towards the ceiling. Really good. Relax the neck, let the crown be heavy. Ground through both of the feet. Keep pushing the feet down towards the floor. Coming into your humble warrior. Breathe. On your next exhale, you're letting your hands touch the floor and you're going to walk your hands forward. You're just going to walk your hands forward. Je komt met je vingers naar voren. You're on your fingertips and I want you to lengthen the heart. Just sink a little bit deeper into your warrior one. So with your hips, but you have length in the whole spine. You walk your fingertips forward and you relax. Just feel that length. One breath here. Then on your next exhale, walk your hands back, loop je handen terug, and step again into your your downward facing dog. Just walk the dog. Feel the hips left and right. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, place it between the hands, lower down the right heel, buttocks are back, and with a straight back, you rise into your warrior one. Really land into your warrior one. Feel that you're stretching, that you're opening, that your hips are pointing forward. Breathe here. On your next exhale, place the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders away from the ears and graze the back of the right leg. Stretch your arm out, open your heart. Breathe here. Coming back then into our humble warrior. Exhale, fully fold forward. Billen wijzen naar achter, buttocks are back. Hands are reaching towards the ceiling. Open the heart, even in the humble warrior, but let your crown of your head be heavy. Relax the neck. On your next exhale, release the hands into the floor and walk your hands forward. I just want you to feel that stretch. That's it. Breathe here. On your next exhale, place your hands back to frame the front foot and step into your downward facing dog pose. Really good. From your downward facing dog, on your next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana, half push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Now bend your knees and then on your next inhale, hop to the front of the mat between your feet. Spring tussen je voeten, heel goed. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees and coming back into your Utkatasana pose. Exhale, hands towards the heart, straighten the legs. Really good. You're being on the front of the mat. Connect your hands, your thumbs to your sternum. Feel your heartbeat. Regulate your breath again. Close your eyes. Let's continue. Open your eyes. Exhale, bend your knees and graze your hands on the outside of your feet. Inhale, coming into your Utkatasana pose. Beautiful, everyone. On your next exhale, bend forward, touch the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, place your hands onto the floor and step to downward facing dog pose. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, place it to the front of the mat, place the left heel down and coming into your warrior one. Breathe here. Really good. Make sure that your left feet is 45 degrees to the outside. So like this. And both hips are forward. Really good. Let's come into our warrior one twist. Place your hands in front of your heart center, reach your arms forward and hook the left elbow outside of the right knee, and then bring your hands in front of you. See if you can find stability. If this is too much for your left heel, you can pop the left heel up. But if not, stay in your warrior one. Breathe, breathe, breathe. On your next inhale, rise again to your warrior one. Take your arms with you. Exhale, open up your warrior one to warrior two. So now we're opening up. Kom terug in your warrior two. Left toes are pointing to the long side of the mat. Right toes are pointing to the short end of the mat. Bring your shoulders in line with your hips. Bring them back a little bit. Sink a little bit deeper into your warrior two. Look over the front fingertips, relax your shoulders and breathe. On your next inhale, flip the front palm and come into your reverse warrior. Really good. Open the right side again. Round to the feet. Keep your feet stable and the same. Your legs the same. On your next inhale, moving back to your warrior two again. Exhale, side angle. Bend the right elbow. Place it onto the right leg. The left arm up and over the left ear. Look into the left palm. If you want to go deeper into your side angle, you can place your right hand on the inside of the right leg. But try to keep your heart open. So if you're feeling you're compromising the openness of your heart, please rise and just keep your heart lifted. Breathe here. On your next exhale, look down to the floor, place the left hand onto the floor, lift up the left heel and open up into your open twist. The right hand reaches up to the ceiling. Open, open, open. Keep your hips lifted. And exhale, place the right hand back towards the floor and step into your downward facing dog pose. From your downward facing dog, move forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana or half or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. On your next inhale, bend your knees and step towards the front of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees, come up to Utkatasana. Rise. Exhale, hands in Namaste Mudra, straighten the legs. Let's go to the other side. Exhale, bend the knees, graze the feet, and inhale, lift up into your Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, touch the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step into your downward facing dog pose. Really good. Inhale the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale it to the front of the mat. Lower down the right heel and rise into your warrior one. Beautiful, everyone. Now exhale, place your hands in front of your heart center. Stretch out your arms. Come a little bit deeper forward and hook the right elbow outside of the left knee and coming into your warrior one twist. Bring your buttocks back. Breathe. One more breath here. Then on your next inhale, coming back into your warrior one. Exhale, open up to your warrior two. So maybe widen your stance. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Coming back into your warrior two. Sink a little bit deeper, looking over the front fingertips. I'm sorry, we didn't stay longer in this side. Let me just correct that. Deep breathing, fully in and out through the nose. Relax your shoulders. On your next exhale, bend the left elbow, place it on top of the left thigh, And open up into your side angle. Look into the palm of the right hand. Drop your shoulder back. So that it's not lifted towards your ears. Laat je schouder niet omhoog komen naar je oor, je rechterschouder. One breath here. Now look down. Kijk naar beneden en plaats je rechterhand op de grond. Place your right hand onto the floor. And open up the left arm towards the ceiling. Linkerhand richting het plafond. Open, twist. Breathe here. Enjoy the openness. Exhale, place your right hand down. Step into your downward facing dog pose. Kom maar terug naar je downward dog. On your inhale, forward to plank. Kom maar naar plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Breathe here. Enjoy the stillness. Altijd weer terug naar de basis in je downward dog. Even terug naar je ademhaling. On your next inhale, look to the front and step and hop to the front of the mat. Exhale to release. Inhale, bend your knees. Come up to Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hands in Namaste Mudra in front of your heart center. Really good. We're going to do one more sequence standing postures, okay? We doen nog 1 keer. But we're going to start differently. I'm going to stand like this, but you stay on the front of the mat. I'm going to come into the middle, but you stay in the front. Exhale, bend your knees and graze your soles, the sides of your feet, and inhale to lift to Utkatasana. Keep your knees bent. Now we're coming into eagle pose. We komen naar eagle pose. Keep your knees bent, lift the right leg up, and hook the right leg over the left leg. Interlace, hook it into your ankle, your right ankle. Your arms, right goes under, left goes up. And just hook the arms in eagle arms. Dus links gaat boven, rechts gaat onder. Look to a place that doesn't move. Keep the balance. Really good. Now on your next exhale, release your hands. Lift up the right leg. Keep the balance, keep the balance. And then shoot it back. And place the heel onto the floor and open into your warrior 2. We're immediately going forward in warrior 2. Looking over the front fingertips. Now straighten the left knee. Straighten the left knee. Make sure that you make a sexy hip with your right hip. So kick it to the outside. Your arms are wide. Then on your exhale, you're going to fold forward as much as you can. Kom naar voren, zoveel als je kan. And then just let the left hand drop and the right hand come up into your Trikonasana pose. Try not to lean on your foot or your ankle or the floor. Try to use your core muscles. Activate your lower belly. Looking at your right thumb to lift. Blijf ademen. Have the feeling you're standing between 2 walls. Heb het gevoel dat je tussen 2 muren staat. Maak jezelf zo plat mogelijk. On your next exhale, look down to the floor. Bend your left knee a little bit. Place both hands onto the floor. Lift up the right heel and step the right heel in a little bit. So you have a shorter stance. Now inhale to lengthen. Buttocks goes back and you fold forward. If you want, and you have the flexibility, you can hook both arms outside of the right thigh. Feel the stretch if you do that, if you hook onto the back leg. Ground through the balls of the feet. Grond door de bal van je voeten in de grond te brengen. Niet je tenen. Probeer je tenen te ontspannen. Try to relax your toes. One breath here. Then on your next exhale, if you had the bind, release the bind. Place your hands onto the floor. Bend the front knee and step back to your downward facing dog pose. Let it go. Breathe out through the mouth. On your next inhale, come forward to plank. Let's do a vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. On your next inhale, look to the front of the mat, bend your knees, hop towards the front of the mat, fold over your legs. And then on your next inhale, rise to come standing. Sorry, we had to do Utkatasana, I forgot. Exhale, hands in Namaste Mudra. Really good. You're doing awesome, everyone. Let's go towards the other side. Ground through the feet. Exhale, bend your knees. Raise your fingertips outside of your feet and inhale to lift to your Utkatasana pose. Keep your hips low, like you're sitting in a chair, alsof je in een stoel gaat zitten. Okay, let's do eagle pose now. Just keep your knees bent and lift the left bended knee and just hook it outside of your right leg. Your arms. Now, right goes above. Right is on top. And then fold your arms in eagle pose. Rechterarm is boven, linkerarm is onder. Sink a little bit deeper. Bring your hands away from your face, elbows in line with your shoulders. Very good. If you fall out of balance, no worries. If you were bended now, come up and rise. Now on your next inhale, just straighten the leg and just lift the left leg up. Keep the balance and then shoot it behind you and open yourself up in warrior two. It's just a funky transition. Looking over the right fingertips, bringing your shoulders in line with your hips. Really good. Now on your next inhale, straighten the right knee. Bring your hands, maybe your left hand to your waist and make a sexy hip. Just push the left hip out. So you feel there's this happening in your hips. Looking over the right fingertips, exhale, fold over and bring that right hand down. Left hand comes up. Press the ball of the front foot into the floor. Roll the shoulders behind you. Look at that left thumb. Breathe here. Really beautiful, everyone. Look at that dog. On your next exhale, look down towards the floor. Bend the front leg. Place both hands to frame the foot and step the left foot in a little bit. Very good. Now straighten the right knee again. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold over the front leg. Both hips go back. If you want to, you can interlace, bend the back knee first, interlace your fingers, and then straighten the back knee again so that you feel more of a stretch. Keep balancing, keep pressing. Try to relax your toes in this pose. See if that can happen. On your next exhale, gently release the hands, frame the front foot, and step back into your downward facing dog pose. Enjoy your dog pose. Feel like it's coming home. Always neutralizing the hips in downward dog. On your next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. On your next inhale, come forward again to plank. And then exhale, lower your body down till it reaches the floor. Take your body as slow as possible towards the floor. And then just lay here for a second and enjoy. Shake the hips out. I'm just going to close my AC for a second. Feel your heartbeat. Feel how the breath moves. Enjoying the stillness. With great movement, great stillness arrives. Coming back to your breath, yourself. The practice when we're laying on our belly goes more inward. Keep the intention more into yourself. Maybe do not watch the screen anymore. Try to focus on my voice. Back strengthening series is always very important in yoga. On your next inhale, bring your chin onto the floor and bring the top of your hands, so the palms of your hands, into the floor. So next to your upper thighs or hips, depending on how long your arms are. Now make sure that you press your toenails into the floor so you're lifting up your knees. Push your hips into the floor, activate your buttocks. And then just roll your shoulders towards one another so that they're hugging your upper spine, like you want to place a pencil there. And just rise by raising your top of your body, your heart up towards the ceiling. But make sure you don't feel anything in your lower back. Breathe here and lift. Just lift. See, with every exhale, you go down a little bit more. With every inhale, you rise. And relax, let it go. Really good. Maybe shake your hips side to side. We're going to do it one more time, but then we're going to use our legs. We're going to lift up our legs as well. So place your chin onto the floor. Lengthen your neck with your spine. Lengthen the legs. Really push the toenails into the floor. Activate the legs. Push your pelvic floor into the floor. Activate your glutes. Roll your shoulders in. Lift yourself up. En maybe raise your legs up as well. Lift, lift, lift. Je voeten zijn lang, je benen zijn actief. Schouderbladen naar elkaar toe. For 3, for 2, and 1. Let it go. Place the other cheek on the floor. Balancing that out. Maybe exhaling out through the mouth, closing the eyes. Every opportunity you get in yoga, you take the full relaxation instantly. Let it go. We're going into a last pose, the floor bow. So place your chin onto the floor. Now bend your knees, both of them, and try to grab hold of your feet with both hands together. So in one time, grab both of the feet behind you. Now you can flex the toes so that you have nice hooks to hold on to with your hands, or you can point the toes, so what you want. Okay, now push your hips into the floor, roll your shoulder blades together, and just bring your feet, push them out so that they're lifting your upper body up into space. Doesn't matter how high you come, make sure that your heart is higher than your knees. That's the only criteria. Open the heart for 3, keep breathing. For 2, 1, and let it go. Relax. Maybe sway your hips left and right. Now stretch the left arm in front of you onto the floor. Left arm in front of you onto the floor. Place the right hand onto the floor as well, just for support. So you can slide the right knee towards the right hand. It's like you're laying in your bed onto the floor. So you just, yes, that's it. Really good. And then just relax. It's a gentle restorative pose for the lower back. Keep the breath flowing through the nose. Keep equal breaths. 3 counts in, 3 counts out, or maybe 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Then on your next inhale, just bring that left hand back, stretch out that right leg. And now both hands are grazing the sides of the ribs. Press the toes into the floor and just arrive in your upper dog. Upper dog means you just lift up the full body, lift the knees, and just inhale here, straight knees. Really good. And exhale, place the knees onto the floor and arrive into your child's pose. Gently place the forehead onto the floor, roll the forehead left and right. Maybe your arms want to hug your knees and hold on to the soles of the feet so that you relax your shoulders for a bit, your arms. Then letting go of the feet again, and then just place your hands onto the floor, and on an inhale, you just lift your body up so that you're on your knees, and find your buttocks onto the floor and straighten out your legs. Just use your hands and just massage your legs for a little bit. We haven't given them any attention with our hands yet, so just massage a little bit. And then sit up nice and straight, roll your shoulders back, flex your toes, place your hands next to your hips, and just coming into your Dandasana pose, the pose before we start our floor sequence. Feel your sit bones, feel the length in the spine. Gently open up your eyes again. Take with your hands your right knee and lift up your right knee and hug it in. Keep sitting up nice and straight. Now hold on to your right ankle and just let that right knee fall open to the side. Keep sitting up nice and straight. Flex the left toes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold forward. Again, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. So you're using your breath. Keep your toes flexed and try to release your neck and your shoulders. So let go of any tension you have in the neck and shoulder area. One more breath here. And then on your next inhale, just raise up first, lengthen the spine. Exhale, walk your fingertips back to the midline. Now take your knee and place it up, but then place it beside the front leg. Take 2 fists and make sure that you have 2 fists between the foot and the leg. So Halle, place it a little bit more open. Yes, so you have space. Okay? Place the left hand beside you on your fingertips. Take the right hand, stretch out as you want to reach something far away. Now take your thumb down, the right thumb is down, and then just grab a hold with your armpit, your right knee, and just place that right hand, back of the right hand, onto the right buttocks nearly. Take your left hand now, circle it around, and grab a hold of both hands. Really good, everyone. Now inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to fold forward. So you are Folding forward, opening the heart, the shoulders. Doesn't matter how far you go, but keep the left foot flexed so the left leg is active, and use your arms to push away that right leg into the body more. Breathe here. On your next exhale, gently release. Lift yourself back up and straighten that right leg. Maybe give it a little bit of a twist, a shake. Let's go to the other side. Take your left leg in. Sit up nice and straight. Let the left knee fall open. Make sure you feel both sit bones. Sit up nice and straight. Lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward as far as you can reach. It doesn't matter how far, but keep your right toes flexed. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Enjoy the opening happening in the back of the right leg. Maybe you feel it in your left hip as well. Calming down the breath in these postures, cooling down the body a little bit. One more breath here. Then on your next inhale, lift and walk your hands back. Take that left knee, bring it up and a little bit away. So make sure there's space. Check your space with your hands. Place your right hand next to the right hip. Stretch out the left arm. So I'll show you. Stretch out the left arm as far as possible. Then the left thumb is down before. First we have down. Yes, the left thumb is down. And then we wrap our arm around and grab a hold of our hands. Now inhale, you lengthen, and exhale, you fold. Keep pressing that right big toe mount into the floor, and the left big toe mount, and the right toes are flexed. One more breath here. Then exhale, release, shake out the legs. Place your your feet in front of you. Fingertips are pointing towards your buttocks. You can bend your knees or you can straighten your legs. Either way, we're going to lift our body up. So the first one is you bend your knees and you lift your hips in line with your knees, or you're going to straighten your legs, puff up the chest. Inhales, activate the lower belly, and you're going to rise and you're strengthening and you're lengthening. So you decide your options for 3, for 2, for 1, and release your body down. Bring your feet again onto the floor. Scoot your buttocks a little bit more forward. Elongate your hands and then use the core muscles to roll the full body down towards the floor. And then arrive laying onto the floor. Open your palms. Just feel how it feels. Gently lift your knees then into the chest. Breng je knieën naar je borst. En cirkel je knieën even naar links en naar rechts. Massaging the lower spine. With great power in your solar plexus. And so twisting releases anything that is stuck in your solar plexus. But we want to strengthen our solar plexus. And we do that by activating our core muscles. So we're going to do some core exercises here. We gaan onze buikspieren versterken voor onze solar plexus. Twisten doen we om alles wat er zit te verwijderen. En buikspieren zorgen ervoor dat je meer power en activerende functie voor je solar plexus. Okay, so grab a block or a pillow and bend your knees and place that block or pillow on top of your thighs. So this is a core exercise I love to do, and that says a lot because I hate core exercises. So keep your knees 90 degrees. Zorg dat je benen 90 graden zijn. Keep your toes flexed, okay? Now place that block or that pillow on your top thighs. Then bend your elbows and place your upper arms onto that block. So you're holding on to the block with your arms so that it doesn't fall, with your upper arms, okay? Keep pressing into the block. Now, what I want you to do is you're going to extend the right leg, hover onto the floor, bring it back, and change sides. So you keep lifting into the shoulders, you could keep looking at the block, and you're switching left and right with your legs. Inhale, you stretch. Exhale, you pull. Keep your neck relaxed. Keep firing up that lower belly. Keep pressing that block with your hands into your thighs, each time changing the force with your left arm, your right arm. Let's do 4 more. So 2 sides, both sides. Really good, everyone. And if you've done with your 4 times, release and let it go. Just stretch out your arms, your legs. Mike, if you want to do more, you're welcome. But it's a great exercise and you're not really using your neck muscles at all. You're using your core and you don't feel it in your lower back. So I love this exercise. Now point the toes, stretch the arms out, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. On an inhale, make yourself as long as possible. And exhale, release. Bring your feet onto the floor so your knees are lifted and graze your heels with your fingertips. We're going to come into our bridge pose. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is already on your next inhale, just push your pubic bone towards the floor. Dus kantel je heupen naar voren toe, so that your lower back is already off the floor and lifted. Nou voel je de zolen van je voeten. Feel the soles of your feet. And then press into the feet to lift the hips on an inhale. Duw in je voeten om je heupen omhoog te krijgen. Then interlace your fingers behind you. Roll your shoulders underneath you, so you're opening the heart. Rol je schouders onder je en breng je vingertoppen richting je hielen. Look towards the ceiling. Maybe bring the chin a little bit more up. On every inhale, press with your upper legs, your feet into the floor to lift your hips. Try to release your buttocks. Probeer je billen niet te veel aan te spannen. Keep breathing. Bring the knees in a little bit. Don't let them flare out to the sides too much. For 3, for 2, and 1. Release. Vertebrae by vertebrae, you're back onto the floor. And just stay here and let your body settle. Beweeg eventjes niet als je terugkomt. When you're ready, you can release the lower back by 2 ways. Either walk your feet out, knees fall in, or walk your feet together and knees fall out. So you decide how you want to release the lower back. Left hand, place it on the heart. Right hand onto the lower belly. Closing your eyes. Tongue is on the roof of the mouth. absorbing the effects. Now, if your legs are open, take your hands off your body and close your legs like you're closing a book. If your legs are closed, just walk your feet in so that your feet are onto the floor. We're going to come into one of our last poses. It's going to be a pigeon pose, but then on our back. Just raise the right foot. Stretch the rechtervoet uit in de lucht. Then bend the right knee and place the right heel on top of the left knee. Breng je rechter enkel op je linkerknie. Then take your hands and right hand goes between the legs, left hand goes beside the left leg, and just hold on to the back of the left leg and pull it in. Dus met je beide handen, rechterhand gaat door je benen heen, linkerhand gaat buitenkant linkerbeen en je brengt je interleest je vingers achter je linkerbovenbeen en je trekt je linkerknie naar je borst. En je rechter elleboog, je duwt je rechterbeen naar buiten toe. En je voelt het in je rechterbil. You feel it in the right glutes. Flex the right toes. Flex je rechtertenen. Release your shoulders. Breathe into the right buttocks. Try to relax the left toes. Laat de linkertenen ontspannen zijn. Keep breathing. And gently release now your hands. Place the left foot onto the floor first. And just let the right foot then fall onto the earth. So you're coming into your twist. You open your arms. So you don't change anything on your legs, but you just let it fall over to the left side. So coming into your twist, looking over your right shoulder. Sending your deep breaths. Just going to change the music. 1 second. Okay. Now on your next inhale, just lift the knees back to the center. Stretch out that right leg and place that right foot onto the floor next to the left foot. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, stretch the left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the left knee and place the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Thread the needle with your arms. Pull the leg in, push your left leg out. Feel it in your left glute. Keep pressing that left leg away from you so that you're opening up that left hip. One more breath here. Now let go of the leg. Laat gewoon je been los. And just let them fall to the side so that the left foot touches the earth. Open your arms, look over your left shoulder. Feel the nice twist on the top of the left leg, the left hip. Keep the breath flowing through the nose and keep your mind still. So it's very difficult to keep your mind thinking of other things when you're in these still postures. So whenever you catch yourself thinking of stuff, bring your attention back to the breath. Once the mind is focused on something, it cannot focus on anything else. So you're training your mind. On your next inhale, lift your knees back to the center. Kom weer terug met je knieën. Unwrap your legs, give them a shake. Do whatever you want to do. Keep yourself warm. We're coming into our Shavasana pose, our final pose. Zorg dat je warm aankleedt of een dekentje hebt. And when you're ready, you're going to stretch your legs. Let your feet fall open. Roll your shoulders underneath you so that your heart is nice and open when you're laying still, and let your hands just fall open towards the ceiling. Maybe sway your head left and right so that you're on the back of your head. Bring your chin in a little bit. Breng je kin een klein beetje naar je borst, niet te veel. Maar dat je niet te ver open bent met je gezicht naar het plafond. Breng je gezicht een klein beetje meer naar binnen. And then when you have arrived in your final pose, feel where your body is touching the earth. So that are your heels, the back of the knees, your buttocks, your hips, your lower back, your upper shoulders, your elbows, the back of your hands. Now take a deep inhale through the nose, open the mouth and exhale fully. And as you're exhaling, let your body sink into the floor. Let's do that again. Inhale from the nose, open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Last time. Inhale deeply. Open your mouth, exhale, and fully let any tension glide off you into the floor. Feel how the earth is supporting you, and connect yourself into the earth. Fully relax. really gently arriving back really slowly. Maybe taking a deeper exhale and inviting a deeper inhale. And then when you find that your body wants to move, move your body in any way you feel you want to. Arrive on your side if you're still laying down. And from one side, you push yourself up to sitting. Close your eyes for just a few more moments. And just observe how your body is feeling right now. Observe the quality of your breath. Observe the difference inside of yourself. Then bring your hands in front of your heart center. Connect your thumbs to your heart, offering our practice back to the source. So offer all your benefits to yourself, to your family, to the people around you. Ending this practice with gratefulness for our bodies, gratefulness to yourself for showing up on the mat this morning, and gratefulness to the yoga practice that helps us guide our way back to ourselves. Ending the class with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can chant along or you can listen. Inhale for Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rub your hands, create warmth between the palms of your hands, and then bring them any place that you would like to send love and healing, or you can bring them over your face and then over the back of your neck, the full body, and then down the whole body. Just end at the feet when you're done. Wishing you a lovely Sunday. And lots of love to all of you.